Welcome to the launch of the Science Gallery's 2010 Annual Review. Today is about saying thank you. Thank you to all of you who have supported us on this journey. It's looking back. We're looking back to 2010, a year which involved everything from the Love Lab, a series of experiments on science and attraction, to the hyperbolic crochet coral reef, looking at the relationship between geometry and nature, to green machines, looking at the relationship between green technology and sustainable design. We've been thrilled with the response. We've had over 220,000 visitors in total. And perhaps more importantly, it's been an opportunity for our core audience of 15 to 25-year-olds to explore and engage with science and innovation in this wonderful place, which is at the boundary between a university and a busy city centre.
For people like me to come into a space like this, because it is a wonderful space, it's a space that's very conducive to people who are not technophobes nor technophiles, but who want to learn and who want to engage in this particular type of space. So I'm delighted to be here today in that sense.
You know, a science gallery could not ignite a passion for science and technology and innovation if it weren't for some extraordinary partners and supporters.
We fund a lot of scientific research, which can be regarded as ivory tower stuff. The thing about a location like this is it connects that science with the man on the street. And with kids in your target audience, 15 to 25, who are learning about this stuff in an exciting way, and it gets the passion back into it.
Looking at all the stats you see in the annual report today, it's really mind-blowing to think of the number of visitors that have been through the doors, the engagement, the feedback, and the potential for going forward. It's really about that.
A big opportunity, Dublin City of Science 2012 was mentioned by the Minister. We're tremendously excited about the potential. We see it as an opportunity for the Science Gallery to really expand throughout the city in our activities.
I think one of the things the Science Gallery has managed to do with science since it opened, it's attracted an audience of people who used to think science wasn't cool, and now they've discovered it's cool. So it's actually a marvellous destination. It's a really super place to be.
It's about really connecting what goes on behind the walls of this prestigious university here in terms of research, which is really world leading, and bringing it out to the public for discussion, for experimentation, for engagement more importantly. Think
of something like the Elements exhibition out here. How can we parcel up the workshops and activities that go with that, work with teachers to actually bring those experiences back into schools?
We work in the education software development space ourselves, and you know, the constant challenge is trying to really engage students, to really get them motivated. And something like this, and seeing the exhibitions that go on here, you can see, I come in and I see groups of students walking by, and they're mesmerised by what goes on.
Another opportunity that Chris alluded to is the development of an international network of science galleries in partnership with leading universities in other cities. That's very exciting. It's early days, but we've had enormous interest from Moscow, from Barcelona, from Singapore.
Just last week in Cape Town, the Dennis Bartlett, who's the CEO of the Exploratorium, in a public conference said the Science Gallery is the centre that most inspires him anywhere on the planet. The Science Gallery, it really is unique, totally inspirational, and it inspires him for what they could achieve with the Exploratorium.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for coming.